How's it going, everybody? Welcome back to the Detroit Lions franchise here on Madden 22. My name is Football Fan Forever, and it's time for our Week 1 game in Season 3 against the Kansas City Chiefs. It's a rematch of Super Bowl 57 that the Lions ended up winning, and we did so in part because our offense was unstoppable in the second half. Bob Harrison had a career day slinging the ball to Keegan Darby and TJ Hawkinson, and the hope is that our passing offense continues to evolve as Harrison heads into his sophomore season. We leaned heavily on our rushing attack last season, but teams will begin to adapt to our play style. So if we want to make it back to the Super Bowl, we're going to need to have a more consistent passing offense. And make no mistake, that is the goal for this season. Anything less would be a disappointment given how little turnover we've had on this roster from our championship winning season last year. And that road back to the Super Bowl starts here. Week 1, Jack Fox gets us underway. And that's rookie wide receiver Jeff Mack taking this kickoff for a touchback. So Patrick Mahomes and his new look offense will start on their own 25. Travis Kelce is still an elite receiving threat, but wide receivers Tyreek Hill and Mecole Hardman both departed Kansas City in free agency. They added Preston Williams in free agency, but will be leaning on a combination of Alan Lazard and last year's first-round pick Ricky Shepard to shoulder the load as Mahomes' first completion goes for about 3. And that will lead to a 3rd and 7. Mahomes' quick pass over the middle, catch is made by Kelce, but the tackle is also immediately made by Ifeatu Melifonwu for a very quick 3 and out by this Detroit Lions defense. So out comes Bob Harrison, and one of the question marks on this Detroit team is whether or not he will be able to consistently elevate his play as the quarterback. He showed a lot of poise as a rookie, leading a couple of game-winning drives and making throws under pressure. But he also only has one 300-yard game to his credit across an entire season of football. So if this Detroit team is going to be more dangerous on offense, it's going to start with the man under center. And Harrison will head to the air on this 1st and 10, firing short. There's Dexter Allen breaking a tackle and picking up some yards after the catch. He hasn't seen many opportunities playing behind TJ Hawkinson, but we have to get the ball into his hands more often this season. So that pass puts us inside Kansas City territory. 1st and 10, play action. Harrison rolls out, sets his feet, takes a shot. It's Deshaun Peoples with the touchdown. 43 yards, his first career catch is also his first career touchdown. And this route combination causes Anthony Vincent to get tied up a little bit with his fellow defensive back, and that is all the space a speedster like Peoples needs to get a step or two and put an exclamation point on our first offensive drive of the season. 7-0 Detroit after a 4-play, 73-yard drive, and we head back to our defense. We forced a 3 and out last series, and the handoff on 2nd down goes to Clyde Edwards-Helaire, getting a block, breaking a tackle, and he is pushed out of bounds by Dalton Logan after a nice gain there right around midfield. 1st and 10 Kansas City inside Detroit territory. Mahomes will head to the air on 1st down. He wants a deep shot. There's Alan Lazard inside the 10. Matched up against new cornerback James Bradbury. The 6'5" wide receiver wins the jump ball for a 49-yard gain. Goal to go Kansas City, and there is Travis Kelce tying up the game with a touchdown reception from 9 yards out. And Jeff Okudah is supposed to cover that corner area of the end zone, but he takes the underneath route, and Kansas City makes it even with a very quick drive of their own. 1st and 10, we head back to the offense. Here goes DeAndre Swift behind good blocking. It's a gain of 13 and a fresh set of downs for the Lions. We had the league's #1 rushing attack last season. Good to see Swift picking up right where he left off. He'll get the call on 2nd and 10, and again with a huge hole up the middle of this defense, picks up 1st down yardage. Swift is back in the game on 2nd and 6. One play later, Harrison under center. Hard count. Here comes the blitz. Harrison just gets it away. Deep shot for Allen, and that is overthrown by a step or two. That'll make it 3rd down. 3 wide receivers and TJ Hawkinson on the field. Stevenson to his right in the shotgun. Here's Harrison. He's got time. Fires short for Kirk, and he's lucky to get that one back as Nick Bolton was lurking. But the Lions have to punt anyway, and Kansas City will take over. Here's 2nd and 8 on their own 22. And Mahomes will head back to the air. There is Travis Kelce with a gain of 9. First down as Mahomes starts 5 of 6 through the air. One play later, it is 2nd and 2. Mahomes is in the shotgun. Edwards-Helaire to his left. And Mahomes will take a shot downfield, and that is jarred incomplete. A well-timed hit by Will Harris knocks the ball out, as Mahomes is testing Bradbury early and often in this one. Now 3rd and 2 after the incomplete pass. Inside run, ball comes out. Will Harris has it, and Detroit has turned over the Kansas City Chiefs. And it's rookie middle linebacker George Towns lowering the boom on Clyde Edwards-Helaire, jarring that ball loose. Let's take another look at this hit so we can appreciate just how hard Edwards-Helaire was hit on this play. As the Lions now have excellent field position at the Kansas City 38. 1st and 10, inside handoff. Here goes DeAndre Swift right up the middle for a gain of 12, over 10 yards a carry for the running back in a contract season. 1st and 10 from the 26. Play action for Harrison. Under pressure, fires to the end zone. Is caught by Kirk, but he is out of bounds. Just got 1 foot in bounds there, as maybe that ball should have gotten thrown just a split second earlier to give Kirk a chance. As the 3rd and 4 pass is incomplete. Excellent coverage there, and Hawkinson can't hang on through the contact. So Detroit settles for 3 and a 10-7 lead. Just over 2 minutes to go in the first quarter. Mahomes looks to scramble, but is wrapped up by Lucas Parra, who had 3 sacks in the Super Bowl. He gets the first sack of the season for the Lions to force a 3rd and 12. Mahomes spreads him out. Empty backfield for number 15. And he's got time looking up the left side, and once again, it's Will Harris making the play, knocking that ball incomplete from Ricky Shepard, as Kansas City will give the ball back to Detroit. 2 deep safeties for the Chiefs on this 2nd and 6. Play action for Harrison. Throw over the middle, and that was ill-advised. Knocked away by Willie Gay, but really should have been picked. It's now 3rd and 6, and Harrison will try again from the shotgun. 4-man rush, throw to the left side, and Christian Kirk can't hold on to that one. Harrison starts 3 of 4 through the air. He's now 4 of 11, as the Lions have been unable to replicate their early success through the air on subsequent drives. That will put the ball back in the hands of Patrick Mahomes, facing a blitz. He's got time, and there is Ricky Shepard. It's a gain of 17 as Mahomes once again looks James Bradbury's way when making a throw. The result is a 1st and 10 at their own 44-yard line. And Mahomes, now he'll tuck and scramble. No one is home. Mahomes crossing midfield, sliding down after the 40 to the 38-yard line. Back-to-back 17-yard gains for this Kansas City offense, as Mahomes is showing why he won MVP last season. He can do it all. 4-man rush for Detroit isn't getting home, but Bradbury nearly took that one to the house. We've seen a couple of dropped interceptions here today, so I suppose we were due for one. That will make it 3rd and 7 from the 35-yard line. Mahomes, the empty backfield. He will head to the air. Time for Mahomes. Fires short. There is Shepard. No one near him. And a 1st down after a gain of 14 to the 21-yard line. That'll put Mahomes over the 100-yard mark here with just over 9 minutes to go in the first half. Facing a 2nd and 9 from the 20-yard line. Here goes Edwards-Helaire, somehow getting through a tangle of Detroit defenders. He's inside the 10, and it's goal to go Kansas City. The Chiefs have not led in today's game yet, but they were just 9 yards away from a 14-10 advantage. Second and goal, Edwards-Helaire once again gets the call, and a flag flies in as a tackle is made by Tracy Walker. It's a holding call on center Creed Humphrey. So that will back the Chiefs up, and they find themselves facing a third and goal from the 12. Mahomes under center, bunch formation to his left. He has time to throw. There's Kelsey. Touchdown! The Mahomes-Kelsey connection, the second time they've found the end zone today, gives Kansas City the lead with just over 8 minutes to go in the second quarter. So that puts this Detroit offense on the spot. They're no longer playing with the lead, and they're going to need to be more consistent, especially through the air, if they want to get back in this game. Single high safety look for the Chiefs on this 3rd and 7. Keegan Darby slot left. Looking for Hawkinson, and a difficult pass is well defended as Detroit goes 3 and out, and it's safe to say that all momentum is with the Kansas City Chiefs. 1st and 10 from their own 34. Mahomes back to pass. He's got time, fires short. There is Kelsey across the 45 to the 47. First down, Chiefs. I don't understand how he keeps getting so wide open, but NFL teams have been asking that for years as well, as it's a deep drop for Mahomes on 2nd and 10, and he will slide short for a gain of 3 to set up a 3rd and 7. Empty backfield again for Mahomes on 3rd down. 2 deep safeties for the Lions. Mahomes, quick throw to the left side, and a very quick tackle by Jeff Okudah right at the 6. That'll make it 4th and 1 to the 45, and Kansas City will send out the field goal unit for a 62-yard attempt. Butker left hash. Kick is good. He probably would have been good from 65. As Kansas City's lead grows to 7 with 5.5 minutes to go in the second quarter. And we've seen this play before, a quick little swing pass out to Deshaun Stevenson to help get the passing game into more of a rhythm. It's 1st and 10 at the 38-yard line. Hairston against the blitz, under pressure, takes a shot. There is Kirk, and there is Tyrann Mathieu. Incomplete. Outside of our opening drive, our passing game has struggled here in this one. Now facing a 3rd and 8, an obvious passing down. Hairston sets his feet, fires left. There's Hawkinson with a step or two, and a big first down for the Lions. Given the focus on our passing attack, it's nice to see him come through with a conversion there, especially with the struggling on 3rd downs. As DeAndre Swift gets the call on 2nd and 7, makes a move, accelerates into space, and was perhaps a step away from taking that one all the way to the house. As it is, the ball will advance to the 28-yard line, now 2nd and 10. J.J. Dunlap getting the carry, fighting his way through contact down to the 19. Nick Bolton is slow to get up on this play. He will be checked out on the sideline for the Chiefs. And that'll make it 3rd and 2, and in comes Jamal Williams, our short yardage specialist, trying the left side. He will have the first down and a bit more down to the 14. That was a well-blocked play by the Lions, and I want to highlight the contribution of 6th-round rookie Kyrie Hughes. He's not a threat in the passing game, but he makes up for it with blocks like those, and that's a role I was hoping he'd be able to fill. He's been passing the eye test so far. 1st and 10 from the 14. Hairston under pressure, fires, touchdown! Christian Kirk held on to that one, and Detroit has tied up the game with a 14-yard touchdown pass from Bob Hairston to Christian Kirk. So 2 minutes and 41 seconds to go in the first half. Mahomes on his own 24, 1st and 10. Play action. Time for Mahomes. He will tuck and run, making a move, crossing the 40, spinning out of Fatu Melifonwu. He's tackled at the 43 by D'Angelo Carmichael after another nice gain on a quarterback scramble. He'll head to the air after the 2-minute warning, 2nd and 7, and here he goes again, sliding down inside Detroit territory at the 41. 4 rushes, 53 yards. He's now their leading rusher on the day, and we're going to have to keep some guys in to spy on the quarterback. As he heads to the air, now a quick throw to Ricky Shepard picks up another Kansas City first down as they take one timeout at the 52-second mark, 2nd and 8. 2 timeouts remaining. Plenty of time for Mahomes. He's going to tuck and run inside the 20 down to the 17. Timeout number 2 is spent. So 43 seconds to go, facing a 2nd and 10 from the 17. Mahomes in the shotgun. Edwards-Helaire in to protect against a 4-man rush. Mahomes looks to scramble again, and this time he's wrapped up after a short gain by Alex Anzalone. Kansas City in no hurry to get this next play off. Clock is still running. We're inside 15 seconds, 3rd and 9. Mahomes over the middle. That is caught by Clyde Edwards-Helaire at the 1, and the Chiefs spend their 3rd and final timeout with 9 seconds left. Time for one more play, maybe 2 if they throw for it. 1st and goal, Mahomes. He's protected, rolls to his right, and he's intercepted. It's Romeo Okwara, the left outside linebacker, who everyone predicted was going to have the first pick for us this season, ending the scoring threat at the end of the half. So the stage is set for an exciting second half. It's all tied up here in Detroit, 17-17. Green Bay challenged us for the NFC North title last year, and they look to be every bit as dangerous this season, up 3 scores already over the Rams, while the Minnesota Vikings ride 3 Kirk Cousins touchdown passes to a 35-21 victory over the Chicago Bears. In Detroit, we've got a pretty good game on our hands here, with the Lions struggling to get any kind of consistency on offense outside of a couple of impressive touchdown drives, while the Chiefs have made more plays than us on offense, but have also turned the ball over a couple of times. The Lions will start the second half with the football, so we'll see if they can set the tone for the 3rd and 4th quarters here with a good opening drive. The passing offense isn't exactly as consistent as I think we were hoping it would be. So back to the ground game we go on 1st down. There's a gain of 7 for DeAndre Swift. 2 deep safeties for the Chiefs, but Detroit's going to challenge them deep anyway. Here's a pass. Christian Kirk hauls it in this time. A gain of 21 yards into Kansas City territory. And maybe this is the identity we've been looking for. Establish the run, then take a shot off of play action. As Bob Harrison is well protected, 1st and 10. Darby has a step, and he can't hang on. Harrison put it right where it needed to be, but Terrell Bonds breaks up the pass, so a reset for 2nd and 10. More 2 deep safety for the Chiefs as they're respecting our deep passing game here today. Harrison's taken a couple of shots, and that's opened things up for our rushing attack. Now 2nd and 7 from the 29. Harrison again taking a shot, and again Terrell Bonds breaks up a touchdown. An acrobatic defense pass to make it 3rd and 7. And now we have to throw the football. Harrison rolling to his right. No one's open. He takes off, tucks and runs, and picks up 11 yards with his feet. Harrison rarely takes off and scrambles, but he picks up the 1st down with his legs that time and keeps the drive alive. Now 2nd and 5 from the 13, more play action. Harrison firing over the middle. There is Dexter Allen inside the 5 down to the 4. Goal to go Detroit. And Jamal Williams enters the game alongside Jason Kabinda. 1st and goal. Williams down to the 1. He is stuffed before crossing the goal line, but perhaps more importantly, Frank Clark is shaken up on this play. As Detroit can't convert on 2nd goal, it's 3rd and goal. Williams still in the game. Heavy formation for the Lions. Williams trying the right side. He redirects and scores. Touchdown Detroit. They're back on top 24-17 after a 12-play, 74-yard drive. So that's one way to keep your defense off of the field. They should be fresh after the half and then some. Mahomes will start this drive in the shotgun, 1st and 10. Here comes the blitz. Out comes the ball. Okwara has it. Touchdown. So back-to-back plays from scrimmage both result in Detroit Lions touchdowns, as it's rookie safety Tyreek Buchanan coming through on the blitz that jars the ball loose with a huge hit on Patrick Mahomes, and then it's Romeo Okwara adding to an already impressive day with a fumble recovery for a touchdown and a 31-17 Detroit lead. Patrick Mahomes heads to the air on 2nd and 5. You know he's going to try and make up for that mistake. And he finds Lazard for a first down to the 43-yard line. Edwards-Helaire in the shotgun next to him, and he is going nowhere, maybe even losing a yard, as D'Angelo Carmichael meets him at the line of scrimmage, and very quickly it's 3rd and 10. Walker, the single high safety, everyone going deep. Mahomes wants his man, testing Bradbury again, but this time the veteran cornerback is equal to the task. And the Lions will get the ball back here, now facing a 3rd and 1 from their own 27. Williams in the game. He's so good at these short yardage situations, and he picks up 6 more yards on that 3rd down carry. 1st and 10 Detroit. DeAndre Swift in the game, play action, blitz is brought, Harrison sets his feet, he wants his man, it's Darby inside the 20 to the 17. Let's flip the field, it's a 51-yard reception, as now the Lions are inside the red zone, actually inside the 10. For 2nd and 3 here, Deshaun Peoples in motion. He'll get the jet sweep, and not a lot of room for the rookie. Maybe getting a yard to make it 3rd and 2. 2 wide receivers left, 2 tight ends on the right side of the formation. DeAndre Swift is met in the backfield, but forces his way ahead for the first down. What a play by the running back to keep the drive alive. 1st and goal, Detroit. Harrison back to pass, drifting, firing, Hawkinson, touchdown. Harrison's 3rd passing touchdown of the day makes it 38-17 as Detroit goes up 3 touchdowns on the Chiefs. And if Kansas City wants to get back in this one, they need a touchdown on this drive. They had the best quarterback in the world in Patrick Mahomes. They had the best tight end in the world in Travis Kelce. But will that be enough against this Detroit defense? This is where they might be missing Tyreek Hill and Mecole Hardman. They don't have as many weapons as they did in their Super Bowl trip last season. And while Alan Lazard made some plays against us, he is now shaken up with an injury. Not thought to be serious, but he will miss some time. And that puts Kansas City in an even more perilous spot at their wide receiver position. 2nd and 2, Edwards-Helaire lost the football again. It's Georgetown's forcing a fumble a 2nd time, as Edwards-Helaire is going to be seeing this man in his nightmares. And I also call this the D'Angelo Carmichael effect, as right guard Trey Smith is completely focused on neutralizing our top tackler from last season, and in the process allows Towns to lower the boom and force our 4th turnover of the day. So up 3 touchdowns right now. Detroit looking to add to their lead if they can and really put this game away. Facing a 3rd and 7 from the 34. They're right on the edge of field goal range. Harrison against the blitz just gets this one away. It isn't complete in the direction of Christian Kirk, but we're still inside field goal range for a 51-yard attempt by Austin Seibert. He was perfect for us last season, and despite me jinxing it, he makes it 41-17 by splitting the uprights. So a 24-point lead with 8:44 to go in the 4th quarter is comfortable enough for head coach James Delgado to start slowly rotating in some backups. Outside of a couple big plays, our starting defense played really well as Mahomes just crosses the 200-yard mark on that pass. We also forced 4 turnovers, and Georgetown's nearly had a 3rd as he dropped a would-be interception to set up a 4th and 1 for the Chiefs. This is do or die for them. The game's basically over already, but they're going to keep playing for pride here as a fullback Smith converts the 4th and 1. 7.5 minutes to go in this unexpected blowout. Mahomes with time fires short, and that is incomplete. James Winter knocking the ball incomplete to force 2nd and 10. Winter had a really good preseason for us. He stood out amongst the backup defenders and had our only interception of the preseason against Trevor Lawrence. As Travis Kelce has another nice catch and run there. He's approaching the 100-yard mark, but he's not getting a lot of help from the rest of this Kansas City offense. Edwards-Helaire has 2 fumbles, Mahomes has turned the ball over twice, and their lack of a true downfield threat is really showing right now. But they've made it this far, 1st and 10 from the 22, just over 6 minutes to go in the 4th quarter. Mahomes with time, he will tuck and run again, juking out Towns. Now the football comes out, and the Lions have recovered their 4th fumble of the day. This time it's veteran Quan Alexander forcing the fumble, and rookie right end Chauncey Barker with the recovery. So now it's the 2nd team offense able to get some snaps in, as Hawkinson is still out there for some 3 tight end sets like this, as it's the likes of Emmett Wheeler and J.J. Dunlap on the field for the Lions. Good carry there by the 2nd-year back. He always impresses me with his ability to fight forward through contact. He's not the fastest running back out there, but he consistently falls ahead whenever he gets tackled. And he's getting some nice rushing lanes here as well, already up to 46 yards on just 4 carries. As with just under 3 minutes to go, we face a 3rd and 4. David Blau over the middle. There's Dexter Allen bouncing off a tackle, picking up some yards after the catch, keeping the drive alive as we continue to drain the clock. It's Sandridge, Peoples, and Wheeler in at wide receiver right now. J.J. Dunlap still in the game, and he will get the call up the middle. Fighting through contact. Look at him go. 11 yards when it looked like he maybe had 5. I'm so glad he decided to re-sign with us because he plays well above his ratings. Some players just have that it factor, and it's J.J. Dunlap for us. As here's a touchdown to Dexter Allen that unfortunately gets brought back thanks to a penalty. They got left guard Jonah Jackson for being an illegal man downfield, and yep, can't argue with this. He's inside the 10, still blocking Willie Gay. So no controversy there. We'll reset 3rd and 9. Time for maybe one more play. We should honestly just be taking a knee at this point, but let's see if we can't get another score. David Blau, 50-50 ball to Deshaun Peoples in the end zone, is intercepted by Anthony Vincent. But there is a flag on the play, and it's defensive pass interference. Now, I didn't really agree with this call in real time, but if you look back at the replay, it's actually pretty clear. Vincent is not looking towards the football when he impedes Peoples' route. And while it did put him in an excellent position to pick off the ball, that is the definition of pass interference. So one more play here, 1st and goal from the 1. Let's run the score up a little bit. 48-17 is your final score here as we convincingly win the Super Bowl 57 rematch. It was a pretty good game in the first half, but thanks in no small part to 5 turnovers forced by our defense, the game really gets out of hand in the second half. Mahomes himself will be credited with 3 of those turnovers, 1 interception and 2 fumbles. He throws for just 260 yards against us. Meanwhile, Bob Harrison kinda struggled in today's game. He only completed 48% of his passes for 205 yards. He did throw 3 touchdowns, but we definitely could have had more success through the air. He did miss a couple of throws, and so did I, but by and large we struggled to make catches in traffic. Our rushing attack picked up right where it left off from last season. We were the number 1 unit in the league, and we had 233 yards on the ground here today. J.J. Dunlap really impressed. 9.2 yards per carry in cleanup duty is really impressive, while Jamal Williams and DeAndre Swift both find the end zone. Patrick Mahomes ends the day as Kansas City's leading rusher with 74 yards on 7 carries. Edwards-Helaire only averages 4.5 yards per carry, which is a win for our rushing defense. We also saw George Towns make his impact known in today's game. After a preseason of dishing out some big hits, he finally forced a couple of fumbles here today. As for our passing offense, it was not very consistent. Dexter Allen actually leads the team with 4 receptions. While outside of a couple of big plays, we aren't able to get much of a rhythm going. Keegan Darby is our leading receiver with 55 yards, but a chunk of that came on one play. Same thing with Deshaun Peoples. It's kind of the opposite of last season where we were making short and intermediate plays look easy but weren't able to connect on the deep ball. So we're still trying to find that balance in our passing offense. We're only charged with 3 drops on the day, but I think you could add 1 or 2 to that total. I'm thinking in particular the deep ball to Keegan Darby that was defended. But I also feel like I've been pretty rusty here, and as I get back into the swing of playing this game after about a month of not playing it, then I'm hopeful that our passing game will be more consistent as well. Our defense, on the other hand, played really well. Obviously, anytime you force 5 turnovers, that is cause for celebration. But we didn't give Patrick Mahomes a lot of space with which to make plays. He didn't have his 2 top receivers from last year in Tyreek Hill or Mecole Hardman. But our secondary held him to 260 yards after he threw for almost 400 in the Super Bowl. James Bradbury was picked on early, but he settled in and defended a couple of passes, while Ifeatu Melifonwu quickly was switched over to shadow Alan Lazard and did a really nice job of shutting him down. The addition of Bradbury has given me a lot more flexibility when it comes to matching up corners with wide receivers. There's also some insurance to be had in having 4 cornerbacks whom I trust to be able to put out on the field. Finally, we got some strong contributions from our rookie class. George Towns obviously has made an early impression. Tyreek Buchanan forced a fumble. Chauncey Barker is still waiting for his moment, but he did recover a fumble today. We saw Deshaun Peoples with his first career catch and touchdown reception. And we also saw Kyrie Hughes excelling in the role of blocking tight end. I think I said this in the preseason recap video, but this is a team that has significantly more depth than at this point last season. When you combine that with our young stars from last season growing into their role as leaders on this team, you get games like this one, where we scored the final 38 points in this game unanswered. I don't think this current Kansas City team is as good as the one that we beat in the Super Bowl last year because they did lose some significant skill players on both offense and defense. But even I didn't expect a blowout like this. 464 yards of total offense, a +5 turnover differential, 31 second half points. We went 5 of 6 on 3rd downs in the second half after going 2 of 6 in the first half. I suppose it really was a tale of 2 halves for us in this game as well. We certainly didn't play up to our full potential in the first half, but it was enough to keep us tied with Kansas City heading into the break, and then we just took over the game in the second half. So with that in mind, it was a successful opening day for us. There are obviously areas that I think we can improve in, and I still think our passing attack is searching for an identity here. But a win is a win, and those are never guaranteed in the NFL, and we took care of business in week 1. We also get some upgrades, which is fun to see. Blake Culp gets his first upgrade as a member of our team. He still has a ways to go to develop, but he'll continue getting some extra experience in training. We go for the physical upgrade for Christian Kirk because I would love to see him round out into a true number 1 wide receiver that we can trust to make difficult catches in big moments. He dropped a couple of passes here today, so we'll continue working on that aspect of his game. Randall Barrow gets a very nice upgrade here. He's definitely more of a power guard, so investing some points to up his run and his pass block finesse will be helpful for him going forward. TJ Hawkinson also gets an upgrade, and tight end upgrades are always fun because they just get upgrades in a lot of different areas. +3 run block for our number 1 tight end along with a bunch of other upgrades. He's now a true 94 overall and the number 3 ranked tight end in the league based off of his overall rating. And we will need him to be at his best next week as we look to avenge one of our few losses from last season against Dak Prescott and the Dallas Cowboys. They probably have the strongest roster in the league in terms of overall rating, and despite many of their key contributors getting up there in age, they're still a very dangerous team, and Dak Prescott picked us apart when we played him last season. He also has a new weapon in rookie Alani Fletcher out of Virginia. And I think Fletcher has a chance to be one of the best wide receivers in the league if he gets enough development opportunities. He already has really good hands, especially for a rookie wide receiver, so I'm excited to see how he plays against us. Finally, a quick slider update. I feel like it's too easy to run the ball both for me and for the computer, so I'm bumping up the sliders. They are inverse, so this actually makes run blocking a little bit less effective. So we'll see how that impacts gameplay and if that's a change we like going forward. But that is all for week 1 and today's episode. Thank you so much for watching. Have a good one, and like always, I will catch you next time.